Fiber friends. Welcome to Purl Perspectives. On today's episode, we talk about what we're wearing, what we're making, what we're reading, and also we explore a question that has been gnawing at us a little bit, and that is, why do we feel the need to compare each other so harshly when it comes to the way that we do our art? So, if that sounds like your cup of tea, get a cup of something and join us for a little chatty Sunday. Okay, hold on. I swear I can do this.
Success!
Hello, friends.
Hi, buddies.
Welcome to Purl Perspectives. Mm-hmm. It's been a little bit of
Yeah, sorry about that.
a hiatus.
My bad.
I really apologize. I was supposed to upload a video that we recorded, just a chatty update, and it just didn't, YouTube didn't want to process it.
So weird.
And then when it did, there was a chunk missing and I couldn't find it. And anyway, it was such a hard...
Yeah.
But we're here now, and it's so nice to see you.
Nice.
I'm Anahí.
I'm Allie. And I'm Carine.
And we are your three real-life friends from Canada.
Canada.
And we're coming to you from Ottawa.
Yep.
Right here in the Great White North. It's about to get white.
Yep. Yes, it is. AKA snowy, but probably
AKA
not till
snowy.
January.
Yeah.
Very snowy.
And we are, as always, coming to you with lots of perspectives. As all pearls do, we have perspectives. And we have thoughts, and sometimes we agree on those thoughts, and sometimes we disagree on those thoughts. So we want to hear what you think about what we've got to say. Yeah, and I think today is a little special day, at least for me, because yesterday we celebrated our friend Vanessa's birthday.
Happy birthday, Vanessa.
Happy birthday, Vanessa. She turned 40, which is crazy. I can't wait to reach that age.
To get old.
Yeah,
It is.
too.
I can attest. It's a
good
nice
time.
It's a nice little
time.
milestone to just not care anymore.
Yeah, I love that.
that's what I like about it.
So that was yesterday, but this coming Friday, it'll be my turn to celebrate a birthday. I'm turning 37.
Yay!
I bet you couldn't tell what age I am. I get that all the time. I can't wait to get to an age where people know that, oh yeah, that is your age. Like, you look the age that you are.
Yeah.
But
well, some people never actually, until even at the very end, there are people who just never reach that you look like your age. Yeah. But it's also our perception.
My mom's like that though.
But also, what is looking like your age?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's societal perception of what a 40-year-old or 50. Think about
How
how
old am I
we
supposed
used
to
to.
look?
But that's the thing. How we used to see a 40-year-old in movies back in or even a teenager being played by a full adult in the 80s.
Really weird.
So it's we don't
Really
our
weird.
perception of what age should look like is very skewed through movies.
That's so true.
It's
Yeah. Through
I
media.
feel especially for women because we're because of how we're portrayed in movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
You know
even
what
men,
I saw a couple weeks ago? This crazy Instagram post that was all 4 of the Golden Girls, the way that they were in the show, and then all they changed in the other slide was their hair. So from small curly short grandma hair, which all of them had, to a blowout with long hair. Nothing else changed. They look, I swear, 20 years younger, each one of them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of the problem is because I don't look almost 40.
It's aesthetics. We have this perceived notion of what being, for lack of a better term, middle age is.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's the rundown mom
Exactly.
look. And as none of us have kids, we are not rundown moms.
Because we're not moms.
And therefore don't look like that.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously genetics also plays a part in this.
For sure.
God, I hope I age like my mom.
She does look really nice.
She is 63, and you would never guess it other than the fact that her hair is all white in the front.
Sure.
Other than that, you'd never guess it.
I can attest that I will most likely age exactly like my mom because I literally look like a clone of her.
Really?
If you look at her, I have a picture in my wallet of what she looked like 20, when she was 20, 25. And every time I show this picture, nobody believes that it's not me.
Oh,
You're like,
that's
there's
so
no way this is
funny.
not you. And it's like, yeah, no, that's my mom. It's just, we look very much like I don't know what I got from my dad, but physically, not much. Apparently. But the hair, I guess, because my mom has black hair. So that's pretty much it.
Your mom has black hair? I can't believe it.
Yeah, black, full black, like
Wow.
raven, beautiful black hair. And here I am
I've been
with
told
my...
that I look a lot like my mom, too. And I sound like my mom.
You do look a lot like your mom. Having met her this summer,
Yeah?
you do look a lot. You and Mike both, your brother,
Yeah.
carbon copies.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
you know what?
Uncanny Valley.
It's kind of crazy. So yesterday I went to see family, and I got to see two cousins who were, like, when I was younger, like, you know, we used to look a certain way, and now they just look like their dads from when I was younger.
Oh, my God.
But, like, literally, like, even the way the receding hairline is exactly the same, and I'm like, oh, God.
Genetics are crazy.
It's crazy. They look like carbon copies. Like, you wouldn't... Like, the only difference would be, like, maybe a dimple that mom has, or, like, you know, a very subtle thing. But, like, otherwise, it's, like, even their mannerisms is exactly the same, which is, like, scary almost. Like, it's freaky. Like, it's just, like...
It's incredible to me how, like, from the time that we are born, we already have that information in our cells, right?
Yep.
We already know which way our hair is going to recede, and we already know where our like wrinkles are going to show up, and
whether we're going to have a high blood pressure, or, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of, a lot of problems, but also good things.
So my family, there are 6 nieces, and there is I think that the oldest one, I think there's a 15 or 16 year age gap between the oldest and the youngest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm smack in the middle. And so I can look at my oldest cousin and be like, okay, I know where this is going.
that's where I'm going.
Which is pretty nice, because if you look at all 6 of us together, we have, like, carbon copies of each other's faces.
Yeah.
So the genes are strong on that side of my family. So I'm really excited to age and to look more and more like my cousins, my aunts, my nunny. I'm excited to, like we already look a lot alike, but I'm excited for it to just continue.
Yeah,
like,
that's so nice.
That family through line.
Yeah, I see my mom's sisters, and I see myself in them as well. It's like that's exactly what I'm gonna look like.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we all have this, like, severe frown. And all of them, my mom and all of her sisters, they all have this severe frown that, like, they just solidified over the years. And I know that that's where I'm going to, because I also am very, like, I don't have a poker face.
Yeah.
But
you're also going to have all of the laugh lines and the laugh wrinkles and the smile lines.
We have, like, these, like the cheek smile lines.
Yeah, you're going to have those in addition.
And when you think about it, all those, like, lines that a lot of people tend to, like, not like or not want to see. It's like memories of all the smiles you've had, all the
100%.
all the frowns you've, you know, all the times you were like
natural
like glares. It's literally just like a roadmap of your a roadmap of your life when you think about
That's so true.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
That was so deep.
The roadmap of your life.
I'm sorry, I got deep really fast.
Wow.
It was
getting
good, though.
Introspective. Yeah.
We stand.
Have you guys been introspecting about your own lives recently?
A little bit, yeah.
You've been on vacation, so that's usually when it happens to me.
Yeah. Well, so I just came back. I'm very grateful to have been able to go on a trip to France for 10 days with my friend. She was wrapping up a work thing, and she wanted to do some more traveling, but she's not the biggest fan of solo travel, so she asked if I would join her, and I was like, heck yeah. However, while we were there, this is a friend whose activity level and body capability is, like, so much higher than mine. So the whole time we were moving about, and we were doing museums, we were doing churches, we were doing historical sites, because that's our shtick. We're walking around, and I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm, like, so slow, and that, like, my knees aren't working properly, and that I'm just, like, so far behind you. Like, and she's like, no. Like, what matters is that we're here and we're doing this together. And I was she's really sweet about it, honestly.
It's so true, though.
I love it. I love her so much. Christiana, the real MVP here.
The real MVP.
But the whole time, like, every time I'd start getting down on myself about, like, my knees are hurting, my ankles are hurting, my body just can't move the way that it used to anymore, I'd have to, like, stop and, like, reframe my mindset and be like, but I'm here and I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so grateful that I can still move. I can still climb these stairs. I can still walk on these cobblestones. I can still spend a day, 5 days, 10 days doing 20,000 plus steps a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have that ability. I'm a bit slower. There's more breaks in there, but I can still do it. And so it was just nice to be reminded that, like, while yes, things are slowing down physically for me, I can still achieve the things I want to achieve if I just reframe my mindset and reframe how I go about doing them. So it was just kind of really nice to be like, no, but like life is still worth living as your body starts to break down.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to say. I think I should say that to some people in my family who are going through very similar things where like they're realizing they were diagnosed with something and now they're living with new realities that didn't have, 5-10 years ago. Yeah. And it's like it's a shock because it's not, and I do believe that like mentally there's a shift when you find out what it is, right?
Sure.
Because when you don't know, you just don't know, and then when you know, it's almost like the nail in the coffin saying like this is what you're stuck with. And sometimes it shifts your mindset to like, well, there's no like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And I think like the way you see it is the way like we should all see it is if this happens to you, if you're dealing with I guess bad health news.
Yeah, chronic health issues or something.
Yeah, it's to just keep doing what you can do and understand that yes, there will be new challenges and I don't want to say limits, but your body will react differently or your body will, but as long as you don't stop what you do and you just shift how you do it, it will be easier. It will be better. That's actually something I learned from working at Arthritis Montreal. These people were people who had like every form of arthritis known to man.
Debilitating pain.
And they always said that. They said no matter how bad the pain is, do something. Yeah. Keep moving. Even if it was, and for them it was like go for a walk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like that walk may take longer each time, or you may not be able to finish it, but just doing it helps slow down the progress or the and it helps you mentally too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I gotta say, the silver lining to becoming disabled at the age of 12, like when I was diagnosed with epilepsy, was that I had 12 years to be a fully capable, able-bodied person, and then overnight had to change how I did everything. But it meant that I became an adult with all of that already in place. Right? Oh. So that I can then move through the world as an autonomous person in my 20s and into my 30s, but already knowing what it was that I needed to do to make it fit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Make it work. So, like, again, silver lining, because as a 12-year-old, as a teenager, it was the worst possible fucking thing to have happened to me, to have this life-altering diagnosis. But, like, now as an adult, I can look back and be like, no, those were really important life lessons that I learned and that have really served me well now as an adult.
And you learn to adapt.
Yeah.
Like when I was diagnosed with ADHD at 7, so a lot of my coping mechanisms were like started really, really young. And technically, whether you're diagnosed or not, you find coping mechanisms. But at least I knew what they were for. So as an adult, I can tell you exactly like how I deal with certain situations because I've been doing this since I was since I knew what was happening to me. Right?
Do you find that they've evolved over time? Because for me, the way I've adapted,
100%. Well, it's also because, I don't know, like ADHD evolves. Yeah. Right? Just like, so, and it also depends on the person. Some people have it, like it's more severe. Others like lighter. Between men and women, it's also sometimes different. Like it's medication, no medication. It's just like any other. Yeah. Any other issue. Essentially, it's each person is his own thing. But I've noticed that some things I used to do, I don't do anymore. Some things I never had to do before, now I have to do. So,
interesting.
You adapt, yeah.
But that's good though. It's good to be open to having to change the things that may work, that no longer work, and etc. etc.
And it's recognizing when they don't work anymore, which is the hard part.
That is hard. I've personally been very angry at my body these last few months because it's just not doing what I want it to do.
But don't be angry at it.
Well, I mean,
you have to.
I am.
I mean, in the sense that,
it.
In the sense that, like, your body's trying its best with what it was giving.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I'm not as much angry at my body, but I'm angry at the at the cards that I've been
Yeah.
dealt.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
and like,
fair.
you know what? I just wanted to like live my life normally, and my freaking knees don't work.
Amen.
Your body was like, listen.
Amen.
Yeah. And
Well,
it just feels
can't-
like so much.
We can't help our genetics, though.
It's
right?
true. We
you
get
gotta
what we
work with them.
get.
But we can, I think we have to see it as a bit of like your body is, what was it? Your body is a temple? Or in this, I like to say my body is
My body's a beautiful ruin. Thank
Or I
you.
like to say my body is,
I am the Acropolis. Falling apart, but sort of put back together.
still beautiful.
Yeah.
My body is a cabin in the woods, and it's haunted.
I like to say I know it's going to sound weird, my body is a bank.
What?
Ooh,
In the sense that
explain.
everything I put in it is an investment.
Oh,
For the
that's
future.
nice.
So like everything I, like food wise, and
Penny's
sometimes,
body is Wall Street.
well,
I was gonna say
no,
that
no.
sounds so granola. I don't mean it degeneratively,
No, I know,
but
it's fine.
it sounds a little granola.
But it does. But like, I mean,
But I love it though. That's so smart.
sometimes those
It's-
investments are not good investments. You
It's
know, like
true.
what I ate in the past 3 days. But the point is that like, it's also sometimes it's reminding me that how I behave with my body is how how my body's going to react in 10 to 15 to 20 years to 30 years from now. Like how I react today is I'm going to see the impact.
Yeah. What you
Yeah.
put
Just
in
like
is
an
what
investment.
you get out.
Exactly, right?
It just might not be right away.
Obviously, genetics wise, there are cards you're dealt with that you just stuck with. But there are still things you can do to help mitigate a lot of this stuff, right? And it's one of those things where I'm a little angry at how here specifically, I mean in North America, a lot of like the health system is essentially just like pop a pill and move on with your life. Like don't like there's not really a lot of and I get it, like it's not necessarily the doctor's fault. They're doing their best with what they're dealt with.
Political implications stretching back 2 decades right behind it.
But it's
Oh,
like
girl.
I wish we did more preventing and less slap a band-aid on it and move on.
But we did.
We did?
We did. That was the health
Yeah.
system historically.
And
but
then
we
we
have,
just
over the
shifted.
last 15 to 20 years, there's been this defunding, de-resourcing that's been going on at a political level, which has led to the move from preventative to reactive healthcare. Because, ironically enough, reactive healthcare is more expensive, but it requires less time.
Yeah.
And you can see more patients. So it doesn't work, and there's multiple levels of bureaucratic bullshit behind it that's gotten us to that point. But historically, we were a preventive health because, like,
It's so frustrating.
I remember as a child. I'm lucky. I'm in the same GP's office that I was born into.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
why
That's
I'm
rare.
literally why I'm never leaving Ottawa. but
Yay.
but I remember as a child and into my early teens going for a physical every single year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that became every 2 years, and then every 5 years, and now my doctor's office doesn't do them unless you're over the age of 60.
Yeah.
Because it's that slow shift
Essentially,
from preventive
it's
to reactive.
show up if you're sick.
Yeah.
If something's wrong with
Yeah.
you, don't. And I've been on a wait list for a medical, like for a family doctor for over 5 years now.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, what I've been told is you are too healthy. So every time somebody else enters the wait list that has priority over you in terms of like their health condition, they will get priority.
But you
like
know what's-
they'll be,
you know
which
what's
is like
messed up, though?
a good problem to have, I guess. But it's still frustrating because if I want to do any preventative, like if I want to check my blood pressure to make sure I'm okay, I can't do that unless I go to the private sector.
But you know what's messed up, though, is that in my GP's office, if I don't see her every 2 years, I lose status as a patient.
You what?
so
Yeah,
crazy.
They've changed the rules now in the office where you have to see the doctor.
But that doesn't make any sense, though, because they won't see you for a physical in a year,
Yep.
every year.
Yep.
But if you don't go in 2 years, you lose status?
Something like that.
So
yeah.
what does that mean? It means like you better be sick every 2 years, otherwise like get out. Like
That's kind of the thing. Yeah. And you can no longer be born into the practice now.
What do you mean?
So, like, I was born into the practice in the sense that my parents were patients
Yeah.
there. And then when I was born, I, like, automatically became a patient because my parents were patients.
Oh, that makes sense,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you can't do that anymore.
I
So-
remember when I was a kid, all my family, we had the same family doctor.
Yeah.
Literally all the cousins and aunts and uncles,
Yeah.
they just went to the same person.
What?
And then they retired.
Yeah.
So now how does it work? Is it geographically? Do you go
Pretty
to your
much.
neighborhood?
You get on a wait list and you hope
And
for the
then you
best.
hope for the best. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Fun times.
It's
Bro.
messed up. It's messed up.
Fun
I
times.
used to say that I was just satisfied with telehealth because there was this cover health thing that I could do for my prescription and such, and they're pretty quick and you can sort of walk in. It's like a digital walk-in clinic. They don't have it anymore.
Oh.
It doesn't work. So now if you want to schedule an appointment, it costs money, and there aren't any available for months.
Yep.
So we're back at square one.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it sucks because every 3 months I have to talk to a doctor to get my prescription because they won't prescribe it for more than 3 months. So pretty much the moment I get my prescription, I have to already be looking for another.
for the next one. Which in a way, I know this is going to sound weird, but it kind of like, it would help me because it would literally mean the cycle never ends. Because I'd be like, the day I get my meds, I make sure I get the meds the next time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but then it's still very frustrating that you can't just take a day of like not having to think about it.
Yeah, but
That's
here's the other
frustrating
thing.
part.
I've had an IUD for 5 years, and you're supposed to change it exactly at 5 years. I have not been able, like, my OBGYN won't see me without a family doctor referral, even though I've already been to her. She's like, you can't come and have it changed unless you have a referral from your doctor.
What is the point of a specialist?
And so
I can tell you it's not the same on the Quebec side because I've had mine no problem.
wait for a doctor. I haven't been able to, so now I'm like 2 months late to change my IUD, and the earliest appointment I could see to see a doctor that has no idea of my history and is probably just going to be telehealth anyway is November 6th.
Jesus, this is so sad.
What the heck, Ontario?
Well, no, on the Quebec side, like, I haven't had that issue. I just went to a all women's clinic that's like essentially women's health clinic, and didn't even have to. I just walked in,
Like,
did
hello.
hello, and like actually it was a much better experience than the first time. Let's put it that way.
Really?
Oh yeah, it went like super fast. I thought it was gonna be a nightmare, and it turned out to be like a breeze.
Fantastic.
But like,
yeah.
I didn't, like, yeah, it was so, but I didn't have a referral, so I don't know. I guess maybe on the Quebec side I don't need one.
I don't know.
That's strange.
It is strange, but these are the times that we live in. But all in all, I'm still grateful that I have access to healthcare, even if it's slow, and that it doesn't come out of my pocket.
That is also very true.
I will say this. If you are ever in a position in Ontario where you need emergency healthcare, you get it immediately.
Oh, you get it.
You get it immediately. Like, if it's an emergency, there's no waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, in an ER, sure, but like...
But if you're really bleeding out, is what I mean.
Yeah. like my cousin, her appendix ruptured a few years ago. This crazy kid drove herself to the hospital. called her mom in Toronto from the parking lot and was like, yeah, by the way, I'm gonna head into surgery soon. Like, anyway, crazy.
Girl.
Anyway,
I mean, I want to say this is like badass, but like on a dangerous level.
The worst part is there's so many of us family members who live here in Ottawa. Anyway, whatever. Not part of the story. Her appendix burst, and she was in surgery inside of 2 hours of her appendix bursting.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Like, the thing is, the way our health system works, if it is a real emergency, there is no problem. Like, you will be. But the second it's not an emergency, that's when you start seeing the slow, like dragging time.
For example, I have to get MRIs, EEGs, CAT scans as part of my monitoring for my epilepsy. And more often than not, when I get referred by the doctor, my initial appointment is like 8 months out, but I'll get called for a cancellation like the day before or the morning of. Or alternatively, they'll be like, hey, we have a cancellation that's coming up, but it's at 2:00 in the morning. Can you come out? And I'm like, I'll be there.
I'll be there at 2:00.
I'll be there because it means I don't have to wait 8 months. But that's
you're
the
right.
thing, like these things run 24 hours, right?
Oh yeah,
like, because they're all in hospitals. So it's...
Well, yeah, Matt had his same thing. Like, one of his exams was like midnight, and I'm like, why? Like, well, that's the time they had.
Yep. That's the time they have. So,
that makes sense. I went for some exams to be done a few months ago for my arthritis, which I'm still upset about having that. I didn't need that in my life. I already have enough problems. Anyway, it was at 10:30 p.m.
Yep.
So I had to take an Uber to the hospital at 10:30 p.m.
Yep.
It was actually not bad, I will say, because there's no one around. It's just you and the technician. Yeah. You know, it's quiet. You come in, you come out. No one's in, like, the waiting room is not full. It was actually a really good experience, other than the fact that it was at 10:30 p.m., which is like my bedtime.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've been to emergency waiting rooms during the day and at night, and there's a drastic difference between both. Like, the day, it's like... Oh, yeah. Chaos, and it's just crazy because every single TV show that portrays like an emergency, none of them can compare to the chaos you see when you're actually in there. Sometimes I will get that they get really dramatic in movies or TV shows for sure.
And I love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Well, if you're in a level 1 trauma hospital, apparently some of them can be pretty accurate.
But like,
what's the level 1?
So, like, for example, like VGH in Vancouver or Toronto General. Like, those are level 1 trauma. So, like, if anything happens and you need to be airlifted to a trauma hospital...
That's where you go.
That's where they go. Because that's where they have the facilities, they have the people, they have the resources, all of that are there.
Well, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but there's this one this one TV show that came out called The Pit.
Yeah.
It's actually, like, I think the first season is pretty much, like, what, 24 hours? It's like a day, almost.
Yeah, it's a shift. It's a
shift.
It's a 12-hour shift.
So, but it shows you all the chaotic thing. And I can tell you... having sat in a emergency room for like a really, really long time, where I was the healthy one and I was there to support somebody else. There's a lot of movement, a lot of chaos, and there's a lot of people who get angry. I've seen it. I've seen, like, I thought it was like just in TV shows that people get, but no, like, they can get pretty aggressive. And then I've seen the ones who, like, you can tell probably shouldn't be there. Yeah. Like, they probably just have a little cold or something, but they're, for some reason, they just...
Probably don't have a family doctor.
They may not have a family doctor or something. So it's just, like, honestly, it gives me... Being there has given me a whole newfound respect for all the nurses and the order, everybody who essentially, like, works, not just the doctors, but more importantly, all the people around the doctors who essentially do the 24/7 heavy lifting. Yeah. Because the doctor comes in, gives you the diagnosis and disappears. But, like, the nurses, the orderly, all these people, the assistants, they come and they actually, like, take care of you, like, come watch you, like, make sure you're okay every few, like sometimes it can be once you're in the like, once you've been processed.
Yeah.
But you're still, like, it's a lot of work for them, and I can only imagine how, like, hard it must be to do, like, just, like, one shift.
So my sister's an ER doctor, and she will regularly come home from, like, her shift will end at whatever time. It'll be an hour and a half after that by the time she's actually able to leave. Because it's not just like your shift ends, you're done.
You have to do your paperwork.
You have to do all your paperwork. You have to hand off all of the cases to the incoming doctors. If there's any cases where, like, discharge is imminent, you stay. You are the one discharging that patient. Damn. Like, you're not handing it off just for somebody else to sign the paperwork. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. And then she'll come back from work, and it's, like, immediately shower in bed for, like, 6 hours. It is so mentally and physically draining.
Yeah, it's that's what I wish people remembered when they are in a situation. And I get it. You might be in pain, you're scared, you don't know what's happening, but, like, shouting at the nurse or it's not going to solve anything. It's not going to help you. It can feel therapeutic for 3 seconds. But it's just going to cause more problems. So maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that person is just the messenger. Okay? They're not the reason you're here.
Woof. Yeah.
Yep.
I had a really bad long night at the emergency room here when I had really bad abdominal pain.
Oh.
Like, so bad. I, like, passed out and hit the floor, so I called 911 on myself.
Oh gosh.
Buddy.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, I ended up in the emergency room, but because the pain was coming in waves, it wasn't considered an emergency, so I stayed there all night, and I saw all of that. Yeah. And I felt like I was one of the lucky ones because, like, at least I'm not in active pain or bleeding out. the entire time, and I saw people get turned away, and I was like, oh, okay.
Like what do? They just tell them.
So there, for example, there was this guy that tried to get himself to see an emergency doctor because he had had surgery on his knee, and they told him that he had to see a doctor to change his bandages.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So his bandages were fully soaked in blood. And he walked up and he was like, hey, I need someone to do this and I don't have a doctor. And they're like, we can't see you. This is not an emergency.
Okay.
Yeah. So they told him to go up to a walk-in clinic.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
I know.
That hurts my soul.
I know.
Again,
but
it's
at the end of the day, they saw
underfunding.
me, and you're so right. The nurses that helped me, first of all, since the moment I was checked in, I was in so much pain. I kept going up to the counter, and I was like, "Hey, can I get do you have a pain something?" Because they had put something in my
an IV, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the ambulance, and for a time the pain subsided, but then it wore off because I was there for so long. And the person that was there was like, listen, I can't give you anything other than Tylenol. I was like, I'll take whatever you give me.
But
and she was asking me questions, and she was like, and what about this? And I was like, this and that. And she was like, sounds like you have gallbladder stones. And I was like, haha, I hope not. So I went back to sit. Hours pass. They see me. The nurse that sees me first, she's poking my abdomen and stuff, and she was like, I don't want to say it, but it sounds like gallbladder stones to me, but we have to run the tests. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a doctor for hours. All the tests happened because the nurse told people what to do. Mm-hmm. And then when the doctor finally came in, he asked me questions. He was like, oh, I don't know. I think we need to look further. And the nurse was like, actually, I think she'd be a good candidate for this medicine because of gallbladder stones. And the doctor was like, yeah, sure, we can do that. It worked!
Guys!
I swear!
Guys!
And it was gallbladder stones.
And it was gallbladder stones.
Thank your nurses, okay?
Yeah.
These people know.
They know what's up. They know what's up sometimes quicker than the doctor does because they see so much volume of the same thing.
Well, it's also they know, they see you a little bit more. They don't see you for 3 seconds. They see you on a more a consistent basis, I guess, because usually if you're being processed, it's every 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, they'll try to come and check, right? So they can assess how's your pain level, and for the medication, unfortunately a lot of the reasons why they can't give you anything other than Tylenol is the amount of people that come in to get pain medication
but also because they don't know what you have, right? Mm-hmm. So if they give you pain medication that will obscure the results of your exam,
oh no, 100%,
they can't give you that because then you won't be diagnosed.
But I still remember, hey buddy, I still remember seeing 2 guys come in. This was when I was visiting.
Oh, careful, buddy.
My partner.
Did you just pull something out of the camera, Bilbo?
Did he?
It just popped. The screen's frozen.
Oh, jeez.
Bilbo.
Oh, my love.
You beautiful menace,
Beautiful menace.
What did you do? Oh, he unplugged.
It was the...
Camera's off. Aha, lols.
So funny. Well, we have audio, which is
that's good. At least we're still here.
We're
folks.
still here. We're just waiting for.
Look at him. He's covering his eyes. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
I didn't do this.
It
I
wasn't
promise.
me.
Absolutely not.
I'm not killing you or anything. I'm the perfect innocent angel baby.
But he's probably just.
And he is the perfect innocent angel baby.
Sometimes.
Oh man, Monsieur.
Monsieur.
Yeah, that's right. Lick your face. Your tongue is so
That's
awkwardly
right.
long. Oh yeah, now he's like, I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
How's that looking?
Still frozen.
Still frozen?
Yeah, I think we just have to digitally attach the camera.
Okay, let's do that. Oh,
but
my
you're so
doggy.
Cute. He's so cute.
He's so cute, man.
Okay. Yep.
Well.
Well, it's been 34 minutes and we have not yet done our dorks.
Oh my god, we should probably do
There
that.
we go. We should probably start, yes.
We should probably
That's
start.
fair.
Hello, we're back again.
Here we are.
Yay!
All right, should we dork?
Mm-hmm.
Allie, why don't you start?
Me? Okay, sure. I'll pick up my giant cup again. What am I drinking? I'm drinking raspberry bubbly in this exceedingly large cup that I got for free.
Love it.
Because my mom's best friend had 7 and said, and I quote, I don't need 7 cups. You take one. So
She was correct.
Does she really have 7 cups?
yeah, she did. So I got a free Stanley. Woo! I gotta cover it with stickers though. It's very just there's nothing on it. So
I mean,
Yeah.
it's functioning hardware.
Yeah,
so
it
you
is.
just
I
you
love
just you and it's a nice white canvas. You can
yeah,
literally
hey,
just
look, I should put a Pearl's Perspective sticker on. That's what I
Yes.
Definitely. Do we
One-
still have some of those?
I do. I
I
have
got
like a bunch in
tons.
my bag.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so raspberry bubbly for me. As you may have already guessed, I'm a little gravelly because I'm just finishing up a cold. I got sick on Saturday of last weekend and just been kind of petering out of it. So finally, we're down to just congestion. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. My outfit, I am wearing the Rocket Tee by Tanis Lavallee of Tanis Fiber Arts.
I almost wore that too.
This is knit in a tencel yarn from Trailhead Co., who is sadly no longer dyeing yarn
In that quantity.
in this quantity. Still doing tencel as embroidery floss, but you can't get like a garment's quantity anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe one day. But I love it because I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but the stripes are so one stripe of the tencel held double, it's a lace weight, and then one stripe of just the lace weight by itself. So you have this like almost sheer quality to it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
blocks of
Yeah,
transparency.
so you can kind of see it because my bra is pink and it's kind of showing through. But I love it. This is like the perfect summer weight garment, and it is currently like 24 degrees outside.
Yeah,
So
this
nice.
is
So-
one of our last beautiful, almost summer days.
So definitely wearing that. My reading.
That
Oh my god.
thunk there. Oh yeah! How's this going
Suck
for
it,
you?
Gerbo.
Suck it, Gerbo!
Jesus,
Look
guys.
look at that. I'm 200 and something pages in.
Damn. How are you liking it?
Okay.
I do that out of love. Actually, I really love it. I really love it. The last couple of days, because I've just been sleeping mostly because I've been ill. I haven't read any in the last few days. My story graph is crying right now because I haven't read in like anything in the last 3 or 4 days. But no, I'm really liking it. I love that it's one of my favorite things about books, particularly about fantasy books, is when they start off and the world building is done in like a subtle, almost underhanded way.
Oh.
Where you walk into the story and they just start talking about the world, they start talking about the characters, the language, whatever, as if you already know it. But then those little things are slipped in like here and there, and so you build up the context without even realizing that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, indirect drop lore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead
Lore
of
drop.
just like multiple paragraphs of exposition, which I can't stand.
Yeah, no. I
This
can
is
understand.
doing it beautifully, where it's like it's building up because like the book starts with one of the main characters, Paul Atreides, learning a potential truth about himself, and so you're learning about that and the connotations of that at the same time he is. So you're getting the information in real time with him. Granted, other characters already fully understand what that is, so you're also seeing it from their point of view, where they're like, this means this means this, and you're like, but what exactly does that mean?
Oh, I like the
So
intrigue.
it's a really fun bit, like slow build of info and lore, which I love. So I'm very happy that I started it. I am hoping that now that I am mostly back to 100% health, that I will actually have the brain power to sit down and read. But yeah, I'm really loving that. On the flight home on Wednesday, I did also listen to an entire audiobook, which I would love to recommend to all of you who are fans of romance authors, a little bit of smuttiness, and who maybe want something that actually works quite well for spooky season.
Ooh.
So it is called I'm Gonna Get You Back by Elena Armas, Armas. It just came out as an audio first novella. So it's only about 5 and a
Really?
half
Audio
hours.
first?
Audio first novella. You can get it on all of the platforms.
She wrote a play.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Okay.
You can get it on all the platforms: Libro FM, Audible, Spotify, Apple Books, anywhere you can get audiobooks for sale. I'm sure it will eventually make its way to Libby. That seems to be what happens with these things. But it was really good. I don't want to give too much away, but the main female character, she goes to a how much can I say without giving it away? She goes to do a thing, knowing full well that she has a stalker.
That's it. Just stop there.
And anyway,
Shenanigans ensue.
And
I'm very intrigued by this.
Yeah.
And that's not
It's
even.
like really a fear that I have.
I haven't even introduced the main male character yet.
And we don't need to. Like, this, you know,
but
make this the...
He's tattooed with a mullet, and he's a baker.
Hello.
Oh, that's like quintessential bad boy. Yeah. There's 2 of those at Bread by Us. Just down the street, there's 2 of those mullet tattooed baker bad boys. They are so nice.
They are the sweetest beans.
They are so sweet.
The sweetest, and they make the best baked goods.
I don't want to generalize, but more often than not, that's what I get, like, from people who like. So I still remember when I was shopping for my for a bike. The owner of that place, it was like a secondhand bike shop. Was this
spoilers?
Super like big tattoo with like full beard, whatever. And then he looked really tough. Mm-hmm. And then I just remember him opening his jacket and showing that he had a little kitten inside. And he was just like, "Do you want to say hello to my kitten?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I was like,
yes, absolutely, I do want to say hello.
Yes, I want to say hello to that kitten. It's just like one of those
Baby
where,
animals
like,
are the best.
yeah, no, 100%. Like, I don't know, people like that just make me feel like
Yeah.
safe and happy, and you know.
Anyway, I would recommend that audiobook if you want a little smutty novella that's perfect for spooky season.
Smavella.
It sounds pretty short.
I
too,
would not recommend listening to it while on an airplane, because
it gets intense.
well, I'm just like sitting there. Thankfully, I was in the window seat, and there was nobody in the middle seat. But like, I'm sitting there and I'm like listening to it, and like scenes occur. And, like, the eyebrows start climbing. And I'm just, like...
eyebrows all the way up to the middle of your head.
Like, scooting down in my seat. I'm like, nobody perceived me.
It's always... I always get this feeling like I'm doing something illegal.
Yeah. But have you seen those instances where you see somebody who's, like, literally listening to one of those scenes.
You just
and,
see them
like,
reacting?
No reaction.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's the best poker face in the world. Is
I
like
don't have that.
Romance reader who's like, who's listening.
I almost choked on my fries when I was eating to Avatar at McDonald's. I can't do it.
Thankfully, I was wearing a mask because I had a cold and I was on a plane and I didn't want to spread it.
And your
so
face
I was wearing
like
a mask
the whole time.
and I was like covered up to here. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, I can like feel the flush like coming down my neck and up my temples, and I'm like, nobody look at me, nobody.
See,
look at me.
I'm the opposite.
It was really
I'm
good.
very much the poker face during those scenes. I don't know why.
Must be nice.
I just like, it's just like, I'm still gonna feel it, but I'm not gonna like, you're not gonna see.
Is it because, like me, you have ADHD and have learned to mask your entire life?
It may also be because I do read a lot at work.
Introspective.
When I shouldn't. I mean, I'm on break when I do those things. Like,
I mean, what? Nobody said anything. Who said anything about reading at work?
I'm like, you know, and I'm just sitting there going like, if somebody passes and they see me, so I just like,
I do it on my break.
100% like poker face.
No, the great thing about lab work is that I can be like
poker face
while listening to audiobooks,
which is kind of cool. Yeah,
which is great. Although sometimes when they're really, really good audiobooks, like when I read This Is How You, or when I listened to This Is How You Lose the Time War, which honestly, by the way, if you haven't already read it, we've talked about it so many times. Go read it. Go listen to it. I remember listening to the audiobook, and again, it's a short, like 4.5 hour novella, and I'm literally sitting there with like a micro spatula in one hand and a scalpel in the other, and like a 300-year-old vellum document on my bench, and I'm like
gasping out loud,
just like not even looking, like just like sitting there.
And somebody comes in, they're like, "Are you okay?"
And I'm like, "What the heck?" Like, it's so good. And then my coworker Milen came up, and she's like staring at me, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "This book is so good." And she goes, "Yep." And she just goes to her bench. Carries on.
Clearly, this is not the first time.
It's a very common occurrence in conservation for people to like listen to something, music, audiobooks, podcasts, whatever,
while they're doing
while
their
we're
work.
working, because it's really good for keeping the rest of your brain occupied so that you can really focus in on your like hand task. However, we have gotten really good at like as soon as your focus starts to waver on the hand task, pulling back so that you don't go too far or whatever.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes you'll see conservators working at the bench under the microscope on a thing, whatever, and they'll be like doing ultra fine work, and then all of a sudden they'll just like sit back for 5 minutes, and then they'll go right back to it.
Because their book got too intense.
Whatever they're listening to,
much.
That's what gained primary focus for those 5 minutes.
We know your secret now, conservators of the world.
So it's
You thought you were being mysterious and academic?
No.
Nah, you're listening to smut.
Yeah. Oh my God, I don't want to put her on blast, but one of my coworkers listens to the, the Throne of Glass series pretty regularly. They're like a comfort read for her. And so she was listening to Empire of Storms a couple of months ago, and I walked into the lab and I spy her, and she's like just holding up some of the packing material that she was grabbing off the shelf. She's like just staring into nothing, and she's just like holding the foam going like this, and I'm like, are you okay? And she was like, what? And then I found out later on it was because she was listening to the beach scene.
I don't know what the beach scene is.
I'm sure it means something.
But
I haven't
so
read it either.
intrigued right
Yeah,
now.
no. Like, we need to hear this, to read this.
It was good.
sounds
I startled her.
interesting.
So it was so funny. It was so
How
funny.
dare you interrupt her while she's listening to a smut scene?
Oh man, it was really funny. Anyway.
What are you knitting?
Me? Oh yeah, what am I knitting? Forgot. I did the door, but I need to do the cup.
Door.
So I am finally doing the decreases on the other end of this Musselburgh hat. This will be a Christmas gift, and seeing as it's almost Halloween, I figured I should probably finish it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, just started the decreases. It will eventually be rounded like this, and if you don't know what the Musselburgh hat is, it is an ingenious pattern by Ysolda Teague, wherein you knit a tube with 2 shaped ends.
2 crowns.
2 crowns, essentially, and then you fold it in on itself.
And it makes a hat.
And it makes
a double
a double thick hat.
thick
And
hat.
if you make it long enough, you can like
Fold the brim as well.
cuff over, and it has 4 layers over your ears.
Yeah.
Quite cozy.
So this is I think this is the like 5th or 6th one that I've knit. It's one of my personal favorite patterns because once you get past the shaping at the beginning, you just knit a tube for like 20 something inches, and then it's like the perfect travel or like movie knitting or whatever. And so you're just, and then you shape it again. So.
And speaking of movie knitting, we have a movie knitting coming up. Hold on. Let me get into sponsor Annie. It's not a sponsor, it's still us. This November the 8th at the Mayfair Theatre here in Ottawa, we are hosting another Crafternoon for makers at the movies. And it is a noon event. We're going to show the movie Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. A classic witchy vibes 90s movie.
Which I still haven't seen.
So you're going to see it.
Yep.
I saw it a long time ago, and I remember nothing that happens in there. So it kind of will be the first time for me as well. And we're going to keep the lights on in the theater so you can bring your crafts, whatever you're working on, or even if it's not a craft and you prefer to have something on your hands. Or if you prefer to not be in a dark theater while you're watching a movie, this is a great opportunity for you. Because we're going to keep the lights on and we're going to be working on our stitches while we watch a bunch of witches.
You can bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
We've had people there who have been making fidget toys out of paracord.
Yeah.
Who have been drawing on their iPads.
Yep.
Who have been doing darning. Who have been doing sewing. Who have been doing
Some
embroidery,
sashiko mending as
who have been doing knitting, crocheting.
Yeah, we've seen it all.
Someone was full-on spinning on a great wheel.
Yep.
Olivia.
We see you, Olivia.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, so whatever it is that you want to have on your hand that requires a little bit of light that you otherwise wouldn't get in the theater, you can bring. The only thing I don't recommend is anything that requires a flat surface, like coloring. There are no tables.
Yeah, so if you do want to do that,
bring a little board or
bring
something.
a little lap
Bring
desk
something,
or
yeah,
something.
something
Yeah, a
you
little
can.
lap desk.
We don't have anything we can provide for you for that, unfortunately.
But other than that, we're so excited to host this again. It's been a year.
Yeah.
I know this is their first 1 year anniversary
It'll
event.
be our
I guess
5th movie.
It'll be our 5th movie. We've been doing them quarterly, and I'm so excited. I think we already have sold enough tickets to book the next one. So
Yeah,
if you
well,
have
we
any
should pick the
ideas
date.
on what we should show on February, some
yeah.
cozy vibes, because it's
Yeah.
going to be the middle of the
Middle of
the
winter.
middle of the
Cold
winter.
and sad.
Yeah. We need something heartwarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a Ghibli movie.
Oh my God, yes.
That could be
all
really
of them.
nice and cozy.
All of them.
Howl's
Yeah.
Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving Castle would be fun. Anyway, commercial over. Go over to Eventbrite and look for Cafe Olen.
The link will be below.
Will it?
I always make sure it's in the show notes.
The link will be below.
The
Go
show
on.
notes that I always do on Monday.
That's right.
That's it. Just working on the Musselburgh. I have a couple of things that I've like started recently, some like newer projects, but I really want to get some of this holiday gift knitting sorted. So
How many gifts are you making this year?
not too many.
Okay.
I had like my original sock plan that I was like, fuck it, not everybody's getting socks this year because I'm burned out of socks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, but socks are fun to knit.
Yeah, they are so
Socks
fun
are
to
fun to
knit.
knit. So I've got, let's see, I have 2 pairs of socks done already. I have a third pair. Well, I'm just giving that third pair to my coworker, so they don't have to be for Christmas. I'll just give them to her when I'm done. 2 pairs of socks done. I've knit my sister a sweater. This was originally supposed to be her Christmas gift, and then I got the idea for matching sweaters. So
Oh, yeah.
the matching sweaters is extra, but this is almost done. And then I'm going to cast on so I'm going to a conference this week. Thankfully, it's here in Ottawa, so I don't have to travel for it. But that's going to involve a lot of sitting and knitting time. So I figured I would start on my brother-in-law's socks because he is a gigantic human.
Long-footed.
Very long-footed. So I figure if I'm working on them during the conference, I should be able to get a good chunk of knitting done for them.
Oh, yeah.
So then let's see, socks for my mom done, socks for Anna done, socks for Sean will be on the needles, my sister's Christmas gift. She's not getting socks this year because she's getting a sweater and a hat. So suck on that, Meg. And then that really only leaves my dad, and then Doug, my mom's partner. So I will, but everybody else, other than the ones for my brother-in-law, everybody whose gifts I need to knit live in Ottawa. So it's not the end of the world if I don't get them.
Finished.
Don't get them done like by Christmas. Because
I am knitting absolutely 0 gifts. Same as last year. One day I'll have my ducks in a row and I'll be working on more gifts.
Nice.
But this year is not it. I only knit for myself these days.
That's fair.
Carine, do you want a dork?
Absolutely, I want a dork.
Hi, Blair. Welcome to the stream.
Hi.
Tell us what you're working on and if you're drinking something. We're doing dorks.
Drinking,
So-
outfit, reading, knitting.
I am drinking from this beautiful, what do you call this?
Glass tumbler.
A glass tumbler. It's tea. It's called the Strawberry Refresher. I brought it because I really like this
Ooh.
little,
Wait, did you get it at the farmer's market?
Yes, I did. You were with me when I got
I
it.
was?
So it's the Strawberry Refresher from Nurture with Botanics.
Oh.
I'll take a photo and make sure to link
Loose
them
leaf
below.
herbal tea. This one is like strawberry flavored, obviously. There's a bunch of stuff in there and it's wonderful. And
Nurture Botanics.
I'm just going to take a photo
Oh,
of the
for
label
sure.
so I can make sure I get it
And
in the
it's
show notes.
probably the first time I prefer, or one of the few times, because it's happened before, where I prefer the tea cold, not hot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's fine hot. It's not, but
This is caffeinated,
Cold?
friend.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
No, it's green tea caffeinated.
Yeah, it's yerba mate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yerba mate, strawberry leaf, organic strawberries, hibiscus,
Um,
apples, raspberry leaf, and linden.
Yeah.
What is linden?
Lindenberry? Like the
Yeah.
ones at IKEA?
No, that's lingon.
Oh.
I don't know. Smells delicious.
It does. It's absolutely wonderful. But like I said, it's one of those things where I got it. I started drinking it cold, and I realized that I much prefer it cold.
Do you sweeten it with anything?
Really?
Nope, you can, but I just I like my tea
Didn't.
straight up,
Yeah.
like
Fair,
a
fair.
weird
Do
person.
you cold steep it? Like cold brew it? Or do you
No,
steep it warm
Yeah,
and
I steep it
then-
warm, and then I I wait until it cools down, and then I pop it in the fridge overnight.
Oh,
and then the next morning, here it is.
Nice. There you go.
So that's what I am drinking.
Nice.
Outfit. I am wearing the Camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things.
Love
it's
it.
Which I've done. Like, this is years ago. I think this is the first tank top I've ever done.
I think so.
I remember us going to the beach and you were working on that at the beach.
Which is now a beach top.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it. Although when I did knit it at the time, the straps were way too long, so I had to shorten the straps. And I did it by like doing a loop and like literally sewing through the loop so that it's shorter.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, I actually
so
really
you
like how
didn't have to unpick it at all.
No, like you can actually see if you go in the back, you'll see the loop.
Oh, look at that!
I see.
That is so smart.
That's very clever.
Also, I love it with the linen shirt over top.
I know. I think like this,
that's
and this
cute.
is yours. That used to be yours, truly.
Oh yeah.
And now it's mine.
Look at this circular economy.
We have this circular economy thing going on where one of us is getting rid of clothes. We always tell the others, like, hey, do you want to check out my pile of donations before it goes to the thrift store?
Can confirm.
And more often than not, we find things that we like.
Yeah.
Because we're like similar sizes too.
Similar sizes, similar styles.
Yeah.
So like I have a couple of your older like dresses that you didn't want anymore.
Yeah.
That now I wear.
I have some of your sweaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so funny. That matching top and skirt that is like the squares.
Oh yes.
I wore it over the summer, and I think it was Mike. I ran into him and your brother, and he was like, "That looks really familiar." And I was like, "Thanks, I got it from Annie's closet a couple years ago." And he's like, "That's why it looks familiar."
That's why it looks familiar.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. No, I actually have something from both in my closet.
Same.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go.
So, what am I reading? I'm reading Tourist Season, the newest, the first book of the newest trilogy from Bree Weaver, who's the author of Butcher and Blackbird. Nice. And it is, the trilogy is called Seasons of Carnage. It is delightful.
The word Carnage does not sound cozy.
Is this a dark romance?
I don't know if you call it. It's if you love comedy, horror, with a dash of romance, this is for you. So do not be squeamish around death, because there will be a lot of it.
Okay.
For this season, it's the perfect read, but you have to be okay with that kind of reading. So it's not for everybody.
Content warnings, check them if you need to.
It is absolutely, if you know Butcher and Blackbird, and you know that, like, you know her, like, it lives up to the hype. It is absolutely delightful to read. I'm enjoying it very, very much. It's one of those things where I didn't know that I was going to enjoy this. I love horror movies with a passion. Like, I'm like, if there's a horror movie, I'm there for it. And I also love romance. And she somehow made a wonderful world where both come together in this delightful little, but like with a lot of like sarcasm and comedy that just like punches you in the gut, but also like it's wonderful. Everything about it is like there's like comedy, but also like gut-wrenching moments, and then obviously there's some graphic stuff, so you have to be there's literally a trigger warning at the beginning of all the foods she's gonna ruin for you, or all the things that, like, don't read because it, you know what I mean? Like,
that's excellent as a trigger warning.
And I never thought
that's enough for me to not read it, because any food ruined for me is too many foods.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have been watching and reading horror for my entire life, so I am not squeamish in any shape or form. So there is nothing you can do that will ruin food for me. Nothing.
Great.
Zero. So those are cute for me. Like I see, but I get why it would be hard for some people to read this.
A little much.
But if this is something that interests you, it's not super long. It's so far delightful. I can, without giving too much away, I can tell you that the first book, the female protagonist is someone you've already met if you've read the first trilogy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not gonna say much more, but like, so you already know her, or at least of her. So this is my read, and so I have about 5 books right now that I'm currently reading.
Oh wow.
And it's this thing where, like, I'll start one, and then something like either comes like the book just got released or something else
Yeah.
pops my attention and then I just move on, which is kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but somehow this is the thing, right now this is the one that's the like keeping my attention, so I'm just gonna finish that one so I can go back to previous one. But yeah, so I think it's the first time in my life I have like 5 books right now. Like,
It's fun. I
Do
personally
you
like it.
currently
enjoy
have more books reading than whips?
No, I have the same amount actually.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mine's
that's a good
yeah,
balance.
it's actually pretty good. But you know, like give me like 2 days, not even 1 day, and it'll be 4 books. But anyway, yes. So if this is the kind of thing that interests you, I would caution you that if you've never read her books before, just look at the content warning. It's not going to be. It's not. I don't know if I would consider it a
Can
dark
I just
romance.
pause and... Can you hear that?
Yeah, you can. Listen to this.
I can't. He's so cute.
So adorable.
That's the sweetest little star. So you really are like
Yeah.
leaning into spooky season.
Well, yeah. 100%.
So wait, what is this other book you're reading then?
Well, the other books I'm reading, I started the Jesus. Well, I started a while ago. Iron Widow, which again, it's not because it's literally I started it and then 5 other things came up,
Yeah.
and then I've realized also that there's another book. This one is a more dark romance that like if I'm not in the right headspace to like read a something. It's not necessarily that the book is wrong. It's just I'm not in that headspace right now. So I'm going to go do something else, read something else, focus on something else, and then I come back when I'm ready. And
Yeah.
there are 2 books right now that are in this category where it's like I want to know what happens, but I'm not like
You're not in the right mindset.
yeah,
to
I
read
feel
them.
like if I read it, I'm not going to give it the credit it's due, or I'm not going to give it the attention it's due. And then the other one that I have that is on my like that I just picked up is the Do Not Whistle at Night.
Yeah,
Don't Whistle at
Don't
Night,
Whistle at Night.
which is essentially a collection of short stories, and it's like so far I love it, but again. I started it and then this book came out and I just could not. So I had to like keep going. Like I think the reason why is because she introduced me to my favorite male protagonist.
Oh.
Like so for anybody who's read Butcher and Blackbird, Butcher is by far one of my favorite male
Characters.
protagonists. He is just again protector and dark protector, but with a golden retriever energy vibe that I'm here
love that
for,
trope.
but like just for her.
Yeah, I
He
love
just
that trope.
has that for her. So like he's dark and brooding a bit, but
Yeah.
but then when it's about her, it's like, you know, it's like it's just like golden retriever energy, and you're just
Love
like,
that.
and he's a chef. So
So that hits home.
that hits home for me because you know I like chefs.
You don't say.
Never would have guessed.
So yeah, as for what I'm knitting, I'm currently knitting. Well, keep knitting. Sorry,
Continuing to knit.
continuing to knit the Matcha sweater.
So
Ooh,
nice.
Look at you. Are you
Jesus.
doing the body ribbing
Yeah,
already?
so I'm doing the ribbing
Dang.
because it's a pretty
Wow.
long ribbing. Like it's a few inches.
Yeah.
Just like when you finish the sleeves, a good chunk is ribbing. So it's not a very small ribbing. It's like
A
I want to
nice
say
long
like
one, yeah.
I want to say like 3 or 4 inches of like maybe 3
Oh.
inches.
4 inches is a lot of ribbing.
It's a lot, but like it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the picture, it makes it because it flares out a little bit.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
So it's not. It doesn't do the bubble like
Yeah.
The bubble
bubble
sleeve.
thing, or the like. It
It's not a
literally does
bishop
the
sleeve,
opposite,
yeah.
where it kind of like flares a little bit. Not too much, just enough to like. It looks really crisp and nice. This is why I really like this
Nice.
design. I'm not even done with the first one, and I want to make 5 more. So
Aw, that's a
it's-
good sign.
it's a delightful
project.
project to make. It's the yarn is wonderful. It's also yarn that I will go back to. Yeah. So. And I think it's pretty much, it's DK, right? Because it's like 1 fingering and 1 mohair.
Yeah.
What size needles are you using? That's a pretty tiny stitch.
Well, this one is just for the ribbing. It's 3 millimeters. The full body, I think, it was 3.5, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
still pretty tiny.
Was it
in my
3.5
opinion.
or 4? It might have been 4.
I feel like a 3.5 mil is a big needle.
I
Oh, because you're used to working with sock weight.
I normally knit socks on a 2.25 mil, and I always have those on the go. So 3.5 mil is like a
Let
reprieve.
us-
Yeah.
the needles. Oh yeah, no, I was correct. 3.5 for the main body, and 3 for the sleeves and the cuff. The hem, and 2.5 for the neck.
Oh,
which I haven't done yet. So
that's what I'm working on right now.
2.5.
Yeah. So do you see what I mean by like flare up and also?
Oh,
that's really nice.
Right? So
Let
like,
me see if I can bring it closer. Yeah, I got it. That's a really nice sleeve.
So you can kind of see how it flares out,
almost
and it's
like
also
a
like a lot of ribbing. We're talking like actually more than 5 inches. This is like at least.
Yeah.
That's a long
5.
rib.
But like the bottom as well, right? Like. Look at the ribbing in the bottom.
Yeah, that's
also
very
long.
nice.
So it's a very...
It gives it, like, the long rib panel kind of gives it a more, like, modern feel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree. It's kind of like almost color block, but with texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Matcha jumper knitting pattern by Ines Oliveira? Oliveira? I apologize for trying to pronounce it. Well, not for trying, for potentially not pronouncing it the way I'm supposed to. But it's actually like probably
it's a pretty popular pattern. Yeah.
I can say it's in my top 5 sweater patterns I've ever made by far. Like and I've made a lot of patterns, sweaters because I like sweaters. That's what I like to knit. And I can tell you this is definitely something I would do again. I will do again. Buddy. Oh, he just has the derp tongue sticking out. He is gone.
Oh, he a goner.
He's in deep sleep mode right now.
I hope y'all don't mind that.
Come on.
It's not us.
No,
it's
but like
dog.
Again, why would you mind that?
It's really cute. And I know y'all can only see the back of him, but
you know what? Some people do mind that. So the West Knits Mystery Knit Along is happening right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm not knitting it currently because I have learned the hard way to wait until the shawl is out before I decide whether I'm going to cast it on. But I do follow along in the forums. Mm-hmm. And I guess the Clue 2 video, when it came out, he must have recorded it with one of his dogs, like, sleeping in the background.
Oh.
Because so many people in the forum were like, oh, I could just hear snoring in the background. Like, they should re-record the video. And it was like...
What?
Dude, come on. It's not that big of a deal.
And Brioche is such a cute dog. Shut up.
So, apparently some people do mind. Some Karens out there on the internet do care.
I'm sorry if you mind that my dog is snoring next to us, but I think it's cute.
He's having
Let's just say we're not going to stop him.
No.
Because he deserves comfort.
Yes,
I could never stop him. In fact, if in this home, if Bilbo is sleeping next to you or on you, you are under the Canine Convention of 1974, which doth state very clearly that when a dog is sleeping in your vicinity or on you, you are unable to move until the dog decides it's time to move away.
And I can attest that the same convention applies to cats.
Yeah, the cat accord.
The cat accord is the same, where if it's on you, next to you, a paw on you, it doesn't matter. You're stuck there. You just die there. You're gonna die there. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
this is your new life. Get used to it.
This is your new life now. If you need to pee, you're holding that in.
That's right. I can dork.
Yeah, what are you dorking?
Dork. Okay, hold on. Let me just finish this row. Got it. I am currently drinking a tepid, because I tried to make it ice, but it didn't really get cold. A tepid black tea with lemon, sugar, and mango chunks.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. I like to put fruit in my tea. I think it gives it a little extra deliciousness. Mm-hmm. And then at the end I have a snack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's very good. Homemade.
Yum.
And I am wearing my Stardew Valley hoodie. Yay! I'm not going to show you the back, but the back says Stardew Valley.
Symphony of Seasons.
Yeah, Symphony of Seasons.
Oh
and I have the blue chicken on there, which if you play the game, you know that the blue chicken is hard to find. But if you make
He's right there.
Oh, stop.
We have the same brain. Okay.
Get out of my house.
I think we've established we just share one brain cell among the three of us.
Single brain cell.
Just the same brain cell ping-ponging from one of y'all to the
pretty
next.
much.
No, the blue chicken, you have to make friends with one of the villagers
To find him?
to be gifted a blue chicken, or go to a special place and find a blue egg.
He has to find you worthy, is what you're saying.
Yeah. The blue chicken does really pick you. Yeah.
It's not the other way around.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have my Stardew Valley, my Stardew Valley sweater,
Which you just bought yesterday.
Which I just bought yesterday.
Where'd you get it?
At a concert. I went to the Symphony of Seasons concert.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really fun. There were like 3 other Knit Night people in there.
We saw a few.
And I was like, okay, well, obviously the Venn diagrams of gamers and knitters is almost a circle.
It's there.
I felt like the odd person out because I don't play the game. I just got invited last minute.
Yeah, because Pete couldn't go.
Pete couldn't go. You had an extra ticket, and I happen to love orchestral music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so I was like,
fair.
oh yeah, I'll go with you. Which reminds me, I still need to give you some money for that
That's
ticket.
all right.
And it was so adorable. And
was
there
so
were
cute.
so many knitters there. There was even a person sitting 2 seats over who was knitting.
Yeah, she was
in
knitting.
the first half
I think
of
a
the
sock
thing.
or something.
Yeah. So, and then
So cute.
at intermission.
Wait, what was the game? What's the game?
I saw
Stardew Valley.
I don't play that game, but I am.
It's nice. It's a farm simulator. So if you used to love Harvest Moon when you were younger, it's kind of like an ode to Harvest Moon, but like really, really
like elevated. Yeah.
Okay. But the art's really cute. It's all these like pixelated, and like
very
animation.
retro vibes.
Very retro vibes. Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's where I got this sweater, and it's really nice and cozy, and I got it like extra large because I want it to feel like
a big hug.
a big hug, and it's serving that purpose. And I think we talked about this in a different stream. But when I say I like my clothes to make me feel small,
yes.
I don't mean Victoria's Secret small. I mean garden gnome.
Yes.
Small.
Which I'm gonna point out is a nice segue if you want to introduce your little friend.
True. Allie, would you mind? I have an FO.
Which we just have to share because, I mean...
Yeah.
So cute.
I haven't named my gnome.
We have to name him.
But this is my little pink gnome with his green hat. I needle felted him. Look at his nose. So cute. And his hat's too big for his head so you can't see his eyes. Those are his ears. Very cutie. And then, oh, hi, Alex. Yes, this is my cutie little gnome. And hold on, I need to show you the best part of the gnome.
The best part.
This is really the best part.
I don't think you're ready for this. Okay, so this is the front of the gnome. And this is his ass. He is caked up.
Oh
I mean, those are buns of steel, man. Like, he works
Seriously,
out. I just want to point out.
They're strong.
He's stacked.
He is stacked for sure.
He goes to the gym.
He be packing some cake.
So, I guess we can ask maybe to help us name.
Help us name my gnome.
The gnome?
What
We
should
wanna know.
his name be?
And make it punny.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want a little punny name.
Alex is choking on her tea.
That is exactly the reaction we expected.
That was what we did when we saw him earlier.
Pretty much.
Died,
So
fully
cute.
deceased.
I am so happy that I learned to needle felt. Honestly, there's not a lot to learn. You can pick it up and like finish something in 2 hours without ever doing it again.
I just
before,
like the explanation you mentioned, which is like I just like stabbing, like or
oh yeah, because
you know when you're mad at something. Or
Carine, like I showed this to Carine earlier today, and she was like, "Oh, how long did it take you to make the gnome?" And I'm like, "Oh, maybe like 4 or 5 meetings." And that's because sometimes I'm sitting in meetings and I really feel like stabbing someone.
So you needle felt.
So I needle felt, and it feels like the same.
And then she literally stabbed him to life. She came up with that, I want to point out. Because
So
I said stab him to death, and then she's like, no, you mean stab him to
Stab
life.
him to life.
And I was like, yes!
So good.
Ooh, here's my little gnome with his big old fluffy
The
beard.
cutest thing, and I want one.
So
You
sweet.
gotta learn to needle felt then.
I know.
I know. I lightly based this gnome off of a YouTube tutorial by Sarafina Fibers that I will link on the bottom. It's not exactly the same. She was using different materials, and it was a slightly different I want to say design than what I ended up doing, but it was inspired by that. So I really recommend following Sarafina Fibers if you like.
I'm guessing the ass was the addition.
The ass was the addition for sure. And I did the beard differently and the hat a little different. But yeah, I love it.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. I think I'm going to do many more needle felted creatures in the future.
Yeah.
You could do an entire forest ecosystem of
Seriously.
fairy and
I think I need to
mythical
make a
creatures.
mushroom for sure.
100%.
100%.
And you should make them all with asses.
They all
A
should
mushroom
have
with an
big
ass.
old cakes. Yeah.
Or mushroom lady.
That's right.
With
Who's
boobs?
absolutely stacked.
Oh yeah. There's a crochet mushroom lady that I've had in my queue forever. So maybe I'll do a
Could be
crochet
funny.
version.
It could be
and,
I mean, I just want to point out that she's
there you
already
go.
I have
stacked
one
right there.
here. Hold on.
Standing back up again.
She's literally...
I wonder if I can show this. Oh, there she
Sexy
is.
mushy lady.
Sexy mushy lady. There she is.
That's kind of appropriate right now.
What I'm reading, I just finished reading the cutest book ever. There's also a movie for this that I have no idea existed, and Ali here recommended it to me. It is
so
called
good.
The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society.
Oh, yes!
You know it?
Not the book, the
movie?
The movie.
I had no idea that this existed, but I honestly...
It's a lovely movie.
It's
such
such a cute story, and I was attracted to it because if you knit, you know that there's such a thing as a Guernsey sweater or a Guernsey sweater. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what, does this have anything to do with the Guernsey sweater? No, it has to do with Guernsey, the place where the sweaters originate from. Mm-hmm. And so the story is really nice. It's about a writer that goes there to visit and all the lovely people that she meets there and their stories and how they came together in a time of need. And it's so lovely, so good. It's really well written. What was that term?
Epistolary.
Epistolary book, which is like a series of correspondence. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get the stories from the correspondence. Of the
There's no
of
prose.
the characters. There's
it's
no prose.
just letters.
So nice. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I have to watch the movie next. I'm delighted.
It's so
I mean, I haven't read the book, but I can tell you that I really enjoyed the movie. Now I kind of want to read the book, but
The book is really nice.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's so enjoyable, and because it's epistolary, you can just read 1 or 2 letters at a time and you know, like put it down. It's really enjoyable. So that's what I finished reading this past week, and now I have started, just yesterday actually, I started listening to The Frozen River. I have to be honest, I don't remember who recommended this, and I don't remember what it's about. But
Frozen River?
The Frozen River. Do you, Carine, do you mind passing my phone? So I can check my Libby and see the author.
Ariel Lawhon?
Hold on.
Lawhon?
Well, hold on. The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. Lawhon? Lawhon.
Lawhon.
Yeah.
Lawhon?
Lawhon.
Don't know.
No idea what this is about.
It's tagged as fiction, historical, thriller.
There you go.
That's what it's tagged as on Storygraph.
I've only just started, but so far, so good.
Ooh, a gripping historical mystery inspired by the life and diary of Martha Ballard, a renowned 18th century midwife who investigates a shocking murder that unhinges her small community. Set
Makes
in
sense.
Maine in 1789.
Mm-hmm. I love a murdy misty. And yeah,
Intriguing.
great. That I did not remember what the premise was, but I'm excited to read this book. Thank you to whoever recommended it. If no one shows their hand, I will just assume it's Carolyn again from Knitwear. Yeah, because we always assume that Carolyn has the best recommendations because she's our local librarian and fan fiction enthusiast.
One of our local librarians.
There's at least 3 librarians in our group, which is crazy to think about because there aren't that many librarian job posts available.
True. Okay, that's true.
And to have 3 of them in our knitting group feels like a really big privilege. So that's what I'm reading. What I'm knitting. I am about to close the toe on this sock. This is Summer Lee's Hibernal sock that I am making out of a tie-dye sock blank.
That's from...
I've been knitting with Forbidden Ramen this whole time. That is...
Full Moon Fibers.
Full Moon Fibers, yeah. And so for that reason, I'll show you the stockinette part. It's very kinky and very wrinkly because I'm knitting directly from the sock blank. Mm-hmm. So I will need to give these socks a really good block before I wear them. Otherwise, I fear that the fabric will felt kinky. Mm-hmm. But I really enjoyed making this sock. The faux cable pattern is extremely enjoyable and easy to remember.
He keeps getting like the little ball is like, so he just turned around and he's like, okay, this is enough.
Sorry, my Lolita. Yeah, and like I said, I'm just about to finish this the little opening for the sock, so I'm excited.
Graft it closed?
Yeah, I'm gonna graft it closed. If I can remember the gosh darn graft stitch.
Do you want me to do it? I freaking love grafting.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Maybe I'll pass it on to you.
Sounds good. I finally memorized it. I made an appointment to get it tattooed on my arm, and that was when I remembered how to do it. That was when it became memorized.
Wow.
So I didn't end up getting it tattooed because I have it memorized now.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will need to get it tattooed on me so I don't forget how to graft the damn toe. Yeah. Speaking of socks, I just finished teaching a 3-week course, well, a 3-class course on how to knit your first socks.
Yay!
And because I find the grafting part so difficult to remember, I taught them how to do the closed cast on or Judy's Magic cast on.
So you did toe up intentionally.
I did toe up intentionally.
Diabolical.
Oh, yeah.
Diabolical.
Yes. Also because I wanted to teach them to use their entire ball without having leftovers. So they just go and go and go with the leg until they've reached the middle of the ball. Yeah, so that was a really enjoyable project.
Nice.
I love it, and I love teaching other people how to knit socks.
Yay.
And there was a lot of cursing and a little crying.
How did
but
Carolyn
other than
do?
that, Carolyn did great.
Yay.
She did not use the needles that I provided. She had her own.
Yep.
Carolyn is a friend.
She's one of my coworkers.
That has taken 2 other courses with me at the yarn store.
She's
and has
so
come so
sweet.
far in her knitting journey. I'm really proud of her.
She saw me knitting at work one day and she's like, oh my god, I'd love to knit. And I was like, I'd be happy to teach you like over lunch. And she's like, oh no, I have so many questions. I'd feel like it'd be an imposition and I'd rather pay somebody. And I was like, one of my friends actually teaches intro to knitting courses at Wabi Sabi. And that day she went online and she signed up for Annie's class.
Yeah. And then she signed up for intro to knitting too.
Yeah.
And now she's learned how to do socks.
Yeah. Well, you told me to tell her, and I told her, and she went, oh my god, really? Whipped out her phone and standing in the hallway with me, signed up for the sock class.
It was a really good
This
class.
is the enthusiasm you want in all your students.
She did really well. The only thing is that she was using bigger needles than suggested for the pattern, so she ended up with a slipper, not a sock.
Oh, that's fair.
No problem.
That's fair.
All fair. She wanted to use magic loop, which I think was a great idea because then she taught herself how to do magic loop.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're a sock knitter as well, I really recommend the Hibernal socks by Summer Lee. Really, really fun to make. And it goes by really quickly as well because it's kind of potato chippy.
Yeah.
You know, you do the cable and you're like, oh, only 4 more rows until I get to do the cable again.
Love a good cable sock.
Oh, hell yeah. It's real good.
Sock, yeah.
Real good. And that's it. That's my dork.
Yay. Woo-hoo. I'm so excited now that now the weather's getting colder. As we approach cold weather season, it means knitted socks again.
Mm-hmm.
Sweater weather.
Yeah.
I get to
I'm
wear
so
this
stoked.
guy when I finish it.
I can't wait. I have
As
this
soon as you
like
finish it.
pile of socks in my living room, socks that I've knit this year that I obviously haven't worn because it's been hot, and I'm so excited to get to wear them. Socks.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple streams ago I mentioned that I saw at Twist Festival someone who had crocheted socks that looked very close to knit socks, and I had to do a double take.
Were they Tunisian crochet?
No, they were regular crochet. And I finally came across a YouTube tutorial on how to make them. And I can confidently say I don't think I'm gonna make them.
Why?
What did it take?
Because they do slip stitch the whole way down.
Oh god.
And slip stitch is one of the, I don't want to say it's boring, but it's
not your favorite crochet stitch.
It's not my favorite stitch because it's just a flat stitch. It's a stitch on its side. So if you think about what you do for a Latvian braid, that's kind of the equivalent of a slip stitch. It's a sideways chain, and it takes forever because it doesn't have any height. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing the crochet socks, unfortunately.
Which is fair.
And there's nothing wrong with regular crocheted socks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that look like crochet. There's also
that look
nothing
like
wrong with
crochet. I was just interested in the fact that they were extra stretchy and they looked like they had been made sideways, and all of that is still true. I just think I don't think I'm gonna have the motivation to finish them if I start them. I don't know. And then that got me thinking, like, what is this? Why do we need to try to make crochet look like knit?
We don't.
Why?
We don't.
Actually, this is a good segue to the topic that we wanted to address today, which is essentially why can't we just
have nice things?
Well, yeah, kind of. But essentially it's like, why can't we just let people knit or crochet or do craft the way they want to without judging because we do it differently? So if you look at like crochet versus knitting, or English versus continental, or natural fibers versus acrylic or synthetic fibers. Like, why do we need to say, oh, well, I do it this way, therefore this is the right way, and yours is the wrong way? Why can't we just...
Yeah.
Because we're a society that seeks external validation.
Yeah, but you don't, like, so your way of getting validation is just judging people? Because that's what it...
But for a lot of people, it is that shallow. Yes. But like, to a degree, we've been socialized to think that if we are part of the herd, we are important. If you are outside of the herd, you're doing something wrong. And so, while yes, it can come across as judgy, I think a lot of people are saying it because they're like, no, you're doing it wrong, in an attempt to, like, help you correct.
But that's the thing, right? You don't know why this person is doing it the way they're doing it. Maybe they have a reason. I'll give you, like, for example, I knit English style. Same. And a lot of people don't appreciate that, apparently. But I knit English style not just because that's how I learned, but also because that's how my mom taught me. And I want to keep going with what she taught me. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to knit continental. I'd love to learn it at some point. And there's probably pros and cons to both ways of knitting, right? But it's just like, to me, it has the added value of, hey, this is how my mom knit, and now I get to like keep on that tradition because she taught me. But like, it's like, I think people need to actually stop.
My other needle.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Oh well.
Are you sitting on it? Did it go in your bag?
You may be sitting on it.
In my bag? Am I sitting on it?
Is Bilbo sitting on it?
Oh, Bilbo was sitting on it. Sorry, I interrupted you.
You know, but that's what I meant. It's like, to finish the thought, it's essentially like, you don't know why somebody does the way they do it. And if your first instinct is just to like, it's one thing if you're trying to
clock it as wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
like,
you don't do it the same way that I do,
it's
so
not
therefore
necessarily
you're wrong.
But that's
I
the thing.
had this conversation with somebody at Knit Night, I think maybe last year, because I too knit English, as you know, is visible here. I throw. And they were like, oh, you know, you'd be so much faster if you knit continental. And I was like, you know, at the end of the day, it's more about practice than it is about technique.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I prefer to knit English. And they're like, well, do you think you'd ever learn continental? And I said, I know how to do it, but I don't find it comfortable or enjoyable. And
so I won't do it.
I probably won't do it. And they were like, oh, well, you know, this, that, and the other. And then they're like, well, why are you really sticking with, like, this so much? Because of the movements and, like, whatever. And I was like, well, because the way continental works, when I knit continental, I do this a lot. But when I knit with English style, I just flick my fingers, right?
Mm.
And for me, for the job that I do and the hand skills that I require, doing a lot of this is actually more painful and unsustainable than doing a lot of this,
Mm-hmm.
right? For my hand health. And so when I explained that to her, she's like, oh, I never thought about it that way. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to preserve the longevity, not just of my hobby, but of my career.
Hands.
So, because I need my hands for both, like, I can't just be choosing a method that for the volume of knitting I do could provide me with any sorts of issues in the future.
Yep.
And she was like, oh, I'd never thought about it that way. And I
Of
was
course
also,
not.
It's also like, why, like, I get it. If your job, not your job, but like, if your goal is to knit faster, that's fair. But like,
but there's, okay.
my goal is not to knit faster.
I have seen videos of people who have done the experiment. They're like, which is faster, continental or English? And then they have done both. And they're like, actually, I've achieved the same number of stitches in both because they're equally practicing both. So yes, for some people, continental might be faster, but if they've been knitting continental 80% of the time for the last 6-7 years, obviously they'll be faster because they're more used to it.
At the end, it's muscle memory, right?
Mm-hmm,
it's
exactly.
If you're doing 50-50, chances are you'll be equally fast in both ways.
Thank you.
Yay.
I have beef.
Yeah, Norwegian knitting is
has
fewer hand movements and is quicker.
There we go. Okay, thanks, Carla. I somewhat agree because when I learned the Norwegian purl, I got so much faster because I didn't like the continental purl. So yes, thank you to Arne and Carlos who taught me the Norwegian purl. I think at the end of the day, when I think about this obsessive need that we have to compare the way we do stuff to the way that other people do stuff is twofold. Mm-hmm. The first one is because if you think about the pyramid of needs, smack dab in the middle of that pyramid is belonging.
Mm-hmm.
And when you feel like you are outside of a group that is close and validated and, you know, popular, it feels like an attack to ourselves that we are not part of the gang.
Yeah.
So when we see other people, like I knit both continental and English, I learned picking, but then I taught myself throwing, and you know, I enjoy them both equally. I think I choose the technique that I want to do depending on the project that I'm about to do.
Yeah, you're like 50-50.
And even within that, when I'm throwing, sometimes I'm lever throwing, and sometimes I'm flicking, and sometimes I'm dropping and throwing. And when I'm knitting continental, sometimes I'm picking on the finger, sometimes I'm picking on the thread, and sometimes I'm, you know, Norwegian picking and purling. So I personally don't feel excluded from any from any school of thought, but I can definitely see how when you knit or crochet or do your art a certain way, and it's not the same way that other people are doing it, our initial gut reaction as humans is, oh no, I don't belong. And then that creates negative feelings against the other people, because then not only do they not belong, but if they're not doing it the way that you're doing it, they're doing it wrong. And for some reason, the other side of that is we have this savior complex in which we feel a really unwarranted need to fix other people's problems. They do not have problems. They don't need us. Maybe my opinion is that lever knitting, instead of dropping and throwing, is quicker, than your English style of knitting. And I am entitled to my own opinion.
Yep.
But I am not entitled to force you to knit the way that I want you to knit, right?
That's the thing.
I think there's a really thin line between appreciation and aggravation.
But it's also how you do it, right? Because there's definitely a difference between like, hey, I do this way. Maybe it would help you achieve a goal faster. That's one way to do it.
Yep.
But to like kind of go like, oh well, actually your way is not good.
Yeah.
For XYZ reason. That's where it gets like it's the way you approach it as well, right? And I've noticed like if you were coming to me and said, I've noticed how you knit, and maybe for this project Continental would be better, I wouldn't feel like she's attacking me. But if you come to me and you're like, actually, Continental is better for you, like just drop English altogether and just like, then I'm like, what the hell? Like,
stop doing what you're doing. It's wrong.
Exactly.
It's wrong and it's
like
slow.
It's a different way to do
and
it.
Therefore, you're wrong and you're slow.
Exactly. And I'm okay with being slow, by the way. So, like, I do this for fun, not to produce stuff.
Well, I think that's what gets to the heart of it, right? People are so quick to tell you that you're doing things the wrong way. You could do them a different way that would be faster, because we have this, like, inbuilt capitalistic understanding that if we're not producing, we're not productive, we're not good. Right? And so that's underlayering the way we approach our hobbies. Because how many times have we all interacted with somebody who said, have you ever thought about selling your knitting?
Oh, God.
Right? It happens all the time.
All the time.
And most people are like, no, I'm good.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I don't wanna. Not interested. But then they're like, oh, well, if you knit this fast, you totally could. But like, what if the point is that I want to make things slowly?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a really good point. I feel like I bring this up every week, and I'm sorry. But a couple years ago, I took Stephanie Purl McPhee's workshop at Knit City, Toronto, called Knitting for Speed and Efficiency. And the first thing that Stephanie said was there are two types of knitters in the world. And it's not the ones that you think.
No?
Number one is people who knit for fun. And number two is people who knit for money. And there haven't been people who knit for money in the world for years. There haven't been. The necessity isn't there anymore. We are no longer dependent on our skills and on our speed to survive and feed ourselves and our families. I no longer need to knit, 3 stitches per second so that I can finish a pair of stockings in a day so that I can sell them on the market and, make money to feed my family. There is absolutely no need to do that anymore. So those skills have been petered out. And so, of course, we don't knit as fast as the Shetland knitters used to. They still knit pretty fast because they are a micro community that inherited those traditions and they've kept them alive this whole time with their special techniques and such. And that's a cultural thing now. It's not a necessity thing.
Yeah.
And even though I did learn a different way of knitting, which is armpit knitting, even though I did learn and I like it and I now enjoy it as a different thing to do, I don't particularly find it any faster than when I'm knitting my continental socks because, like you said, I just have more practice on it. And I know that if I get equal amount of years of practice with armpit knitting, I'm gonna get incredibly fast. But I don't think I want to strive for money producing speeds.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think any of us would call ourselves product knitters.
No.
Process knitters, right? Like, we're in it for the crafting. And it's all well and good to be somebody who is a product knitter. That is a completely valid way to be. But for us, speed doesn't matter because it doesn't matter when we finish the thing. Or it doesn't typically matter when we finish the thing.
Yeah. So Alex says one time somebody told them, you don't need cable needles to knit cables. And despite answering that they knew, they continued to say why it was better to knit cables without cable needles. Honestly, F that.
Exactly. It's radical to do the act of slow crafting in a hyper-capitalistic and fast-paced world.
Yes.
100%.
So true.
It is radical because, someone that I follow on Instagram said this, I don't subscribe to quiet luxury, but I subscribe to quiet craft. Because
Ooh.
I am wearing items that I made by hand, which to me indicate that I am rich enough and free enough and I'm privileged enough to make time to make stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I have that luxury of time and of taking as many hours as I want making these socks. And yeah, maybe if I didn't use a cable needle, I would finish this cable sweater faster, but I don't want to. And I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Again, it's coming back to,
Yeah.
like, you do what works for your situation. And, like, I don't think the first instinct should be, because my way of doing it is different, automatically it has to be the right way and your way has to be the wrong way.
I was scrolling through YouTube
thank
the other
you.
day. Oh, no worries. I was scrolling through YouTube the other day, and I like to, like, click on other knitting podcasts just to, like, find new ones. And I clicked on this one, and the host was saying how in the previous episode she had talked about how she was getting ready to put away her summer knits, and she was getting ready to pull out her fall knits. And so she was going through, in the episode I was watching, all of the fall projects that had been sitting in project bags untouched since the previous autumn. And so, those are so cute. So many comments were people being like, how can you stop knitting something when the season changes and wait a year to pick it up again? Like, you're so close. You have one sleeve left on the sweater. Like, why can't you just finish it and then, you know, move on to the next thing?
And that's the way
And it's not that you can't, it's that you don't freaking want to.
Exactly. This is
went
just
on
the
to
way this
explain.
person does this.
She went on to explain. She's like, I create specific projects in specific seasons. I tucked it into the, so maybe it's fallen out.
Anyway.
It's
It's
somewhere.
here. It's here.
Okay, there we go. And she went on to explain that she's like, I make specific projects in specific seasons because they remind me of the season. They're like weather appropriate in terms of the wool that's used or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, that's what I want to make when the leaves are turning. This is what I want to make
There we go.
when it's summertime. She's like, I don't want to be working on this in a different season. And I don't care if I don't finish it this year. I can wait. It's fine. Because I'm not going to wear it till the next season anyway.
I can kind of understand that, because sometimes I'll get, like, when fall approaches, I get this feeling, this urge to, like, make a bigger sweater.
Yeah.
And then when the summer approaches, I'm like, ooh, summer tops, and, like, you know, I want to work with, like, more cotton or,
Sure.
like, but I get also that if I start a project, I would want to finish it. But that's the thing, right? Again, this is just my situation. It doesn't mean that it's anybody else's situation or how they do things.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a real social phenomenon that has been going on for so long, where we are so disconnected from each other in real life
Yeah.
that the best we can aim for is pseudo parasocial relationships online.
Yeah.
And so that gives us, in my opinion, I might be wrong, I think that's giving us an undeserved feeling of friendship and closeness that is pushing us to say these really out-of-pocket things to each other online.
Well, it's also
like, I would never approach a stranger on the street and tell them that what they're doing is wrong and I know a better way to do it.
But that's the
Are
thing.
you
Online,
kidding me?
you
We
have
would
this.
never say that.
You have this anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. You have this anonymity that just like creates a bit of a barrier between you and that stranger.
That's what I mean.
So it's much easier because you're hiding, quote unquote, behind a keyboard. But like you can still have genuine you can still have genuine wonderful friendships online that where you don't like your first instinct isn't automatically to like poke or you know like because it's not necessarily an attack.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like a poking, and it's like, okay, like do you have to do that? Like
Yeah.
It's mildly irritating. It's not like an attack, but it's kind of annoying.
Carla says, I've got at least 7 projects. Some are years old. I'll get back to them at some point.
There you
and
go.
that is absolutely your choice.
Exactly.
No one should be telling you, oh my God, Carla, why did you finish this? It's 7 years old. None of their freaking
I can hear that voice doing, like exactly in that tone.
It is
Yeah.
your knitting.
Yeah.
It is your project. It is your business, and no one else's.
And you
Exactly.
deserve to take as long as
you
want to
want.
take with it.
Yeah.
And even like if you made something and it's beautiful, but it stopped giving you joy and you decide to frog it, ain't nobody got anything to say about that. It's your choice if you want to frog it or not.
100%.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
But you know what, Carine? I thought it was really nice that you brought up this topic today because I have been feeling that way too, where I've been feeling kind of like icked. Like Instagram's given me the ick
This is
recently because I'm
yeah.
like, why? What gives you the right to compare other people and pit them against each other?
Absolute caucasity. I said what I said.
Oh, girl, you went there.
I done did.
Sorry. I don't even have tea and I'm spilling it. Oh, yes.
I is joking.
I love it. But it's true though. It's just, it's so, like, there's no point in, like, we already live in a world where we're so divided. Let's be real. The world situation right now is an absolute mess.
Shithole.
So, like, why do we need to do this at the most basic human level where it's literally just two strangers who don't even have to be interacting, and yet you choose to do that instead of just maybe saying to them like, hey, this is not how I do this, but I love how you do it. Like, this is nice, or whatever. Or here's a thought: not interact at all and move on with your life. If this is not for you, move on with your life. Go somewhere else. You don't have to.
Do you know what I would like us to do as a community, like the crafting community? I would really like us to approach other people's content and other people's art with curiosity before we approach it with judgment. Yeah. Because, again, when you see something that's different than what you know, you might have some hidden prejudices in you that you did not know were there. Yeah. You might have some assumptions in you that you did not know you had. And so if you suddenly feel the urge to correct someone you don't know, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
100%.
And like ask questions, be curious. So instead of saying like, oh, you could be faster if you were knitting continental, instead, you can say, like, that's so interesting. You seem to be so fast with English. I thought that was a slower way than continental. And start a conversation and listen to the other person's life experience and listen to their reasons and watch what they're doing with open curiosity and not with judgment. Yeah.
I have been, and obviously this will be a lifelong journey, trying to course correct myself when I end up in situations like that, where I interact with somebody and they're doing something that I might think, that's not the best way to do it. But I have started to course correct by, when in those situations, instead of being like, you're doing it wrong, I go, may I ask why you're doing this this manner? Yeah. And I try to like open the door with a question, not to be like, you're doing it wrong, and let me tell you why you're doing it wrong, but maybe I just don't understand the context behind that decision. I don't understand the context behind that decision.
Context is everything,
and so that's what I'm instead looking for.
But it's also because you're approaching it in a way of like, as a way of respect, or like not like automatically, you know, and that's the difference. Yeah. Like, even if the person is doing something quote unquote wrong at the end of the day, right? Where, I don't know, whatever it is. Like, to approach the person with respect first, instead of just like poking and going like, you're wrong. You're already, like, by doing that, you're already shutting the door to any discussion whatsoever. There's not going to be a discussion because the person's going to feel attacked. Instead, if you just come openly, like we were saying, with respect and curiosity, then you're opening that door to a dialogue. Yeah.
Saskiko recently made a reel about all the comments of people.
Yes! This is the reason I wanted to do this conversation today, because I saw that and I was like...
I didn't see it. Can you tell us?
Yeah, well, essentially, it was literally English versus continental in this case. This is why we use that example, but people came at her saying that the way she knits in her videos, like, oh, you're knitting so slow, you could knit, like... And essentially she replied by saying, why can't we just let people do what they want to do the way they want to do it? Right? And
oh no, not this one.
I think it's this guy.
That's so unnecessarily aggressive.
Is it this one?
Yes,
okay.
This one.
Realities of sharing my knitting online. And then it's just like...
funny way to knit.
Yeah. How about we just knit however we like, without criticizing others.
Oh yeah.
And look at that, you know?
And it's just a whole bunch of comments, like, for example, I don't think I'll ever understand how people can hold their needles in the last third, let go of the whole thing, then wrap the yarn with their whole hand around the tip of the needle that's 10 centimeters away from the default position of the hand. That is so complicated.
Can I just point out that particular comment? All I'm thinking is it took you, like all the time it took you to write that.
Yeah.
Think of the irony of like how long it took you to write that comment instead of
If
just...
you're all about efficiency, you could have...
instead of just moving on with your life and knitting.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah, go on.
Lol, only when you do it the slow and clumsy way. Ugh, the style of knitting is so cumbersome. Try the European style. Just...
And again...
Just step right the fuck off.
It's just, like, the European style is a beautiful style as well, but, like, you don't need to, quote-unquote, shit on other people for doing it wrong or doing it a different way or doing it whatever you assume it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, just move on. Like, again, it is so easier to just... look at something, consume the comment, this is not for me, and move on, and not have to automatically interact. I feel like we're in a position right now because of social media where we just, it's like automatically people feel the need to interact right away, whether it's negative or positive. And unfortunately, when you don't agree with what you see, it's easier to just leave a little snarky comment or leave something that is negative.
Yep.
Why?
I think there's a psychological reason behind that. It's way more likely that people are going to comment to correct you than to comment to congratulate or relate to you.
Oh, yeah.
And it has to do with the fact that we have, like I said, this unwarranted need to be, like, one-upping everybody all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Especially
when someone does something differently
online.
than you do, you immediately need to assert your authority
Yeah.
and be like, that's wrong, therefore you're also wrong and stupid.
Yeah. It's just, listen, I think we should move on to inspirations just to, because this is a...
Fair.
But I do want to round out the subject by saying this space right here, we are not about that shit.
Yeah.
So you can come to us and show us what you're making and tell
However
us
you're
what you
making
think
it.
and however you're making it. And this is not a judging place. We're not going to tell you this is better or this is worse. We just want to share and accompany you and have a chill, slow making space where we can just be together and chat and do our art. And, there's absolutely no need to compare amongst each other and to, attach badges of who's fastest or who's neatest or who's most productive or who's better at whatever. We're just here to appreciate each other and, build in on a community that needs gentleness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our community needs love, and it needs understanding, and it needs a lot of restraint, So
The world is too jaded. We don't need to bring that in.
We don't need to bring that in here. That's not the energy that we want.
Exactly.
But you can be sure that when we see it, we're gonna name it, and
for what it
because
is,
that's what we believe in. So I hope you're okay with that, and I hope you can enjoy our streams and our videos, knowing that we're not gonna have hot takes.
No.
Oh, we will have hot takes.
We have hot takes.
We have tons of them.
But as we said last time, it doesn't matter what we think.
Because they're just our opinion.
Exactly.
Yep.
They're just our perspective.
We're
Our
just
Purl
three people
perspective.
here whose life does not impact yours in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Except you, Alex. We do actually impact your life because we're your neighbor.
I mean, unless we hopefully help you relax on a Sunday afternoon. That's the
Hopefully
only
it's a
impact.
good
Or
impact.
whenever you do watch us,
So let's see if we can get inspired. Beep.
Oh, buddy.
Where are we going?
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
God.
Oh, buddy.
jeez.
Oh, buddy. Where are
Okay,
you going?
all right.
Where are we
wow.
going?
Oh, he's taking my yarn with me.
He's taking your yarn.
And he just flopped on the other side over there.
That dog.
was-
Dog.
That was really graceful.
Oh,
The
so
most-
much grace.
You're welcome.
This time, he didn't get me in the soft bits, but he did get me in the stomach. So that was new.
It's pretty soft too.
That actually, you're right. It is pretty soft. I'm very much of the, we're going to the bakery. What did I say? What was that time?
Buns are out.
Buns out. Let's go to the bakery. Something like that. I can't remember. That was funny.
I think of that little tidbit so much.
Every time I put on a crop top now,
Sun's out, buns out, we're going to the bakery.
And the funny thing is, usually in the summer when I am wearing a crop top, I'm actually physically going to the bakery for pastries.
It's the best.
So, woo! Inspiration. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
You can go first.
I'm actually, funny enough, knit-inspired by a sewer,
Oh.
my aunt. So I recently had a family reunion, and I found out that my aunt sews a lot, and the thing that she sews the most are just like, I guess tote bags, or like kind of tote bags full of pockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm knit-inspired-ish by the fact that not only does she make those, and like she'll go to the thrift store, grab whatever fabric she likes, or like, I don't know, she'll see a top, she's like, I like this, and then she'll just make a bag out of it. But she has started to just give them away to like people who've made a difference in her life. So and it can be the smallest little difference, but that means a lot to her. Like she gave a bag to her dental hygienist. She gave her a bag to, like, she went to
That's so cute.
she went to like she went for a doctor's appointment. She gave one to, like, to each nurse and each person that she saw, like, and she has touch. She makes it for fun, right? And when we were talking a little earlier about like, why don't you sell them, she's got the same thing where people are asking her, why don't you sell them? And she's like, but if I sell them, the joy of giving it to someone who didn't expect it would be gone.
That's so true.
And it's absolutely, I'm just like, oh my God, I love you. And it's like, I already love her, but like, it's like a newfound
I think
level
your
of respect.
aunt is a crafting sage.
right? Because like, for her, it's just like about like, hey, and can I just say,
does it
I
for
can't
joy.
show you the pictures, but for every person, she finds the exact like fabric. Like, so for the dental
represent
hygienist,
them?
the fabric has little teeth on it and little toothbrushes. I don't know how she finds these things. She
That's
probably,
so
in some
cute.
case, she probably like just randomly. But then
Yeah.
there's one for the nurses. She actually different bags, and they all have a medicine or medical or nursing style on it. So like,
so cute.
and like,
Who's
it's just
making
like,
these fabrics.
oh my God. And she shows me pictures. She's like 50 bags just like waiting. And I'm just
Aw.
like, oh my God. I'm like, it's so much love. And it's so like beautiful that she's just like, oh, I don't know, the receptionist at the library, here you go. Like, she just like, there's no rhyme or reason. She's just doing it to people that she sees, that she's like, I see you on a regular basis, or I see you doing, and it's so wholesome and wonderful and beautiful. And I just like, it's a beautiful feeling, and I think we should all like
I really
embrace
love that.
Yeah.
That's like the epitome of just sharing joy.
Yeah. And it's like, and the fact that she like literally will kind of like custom make for specific people,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh, like I love it.
That's
so that's
so
my inspiration.
cute.
I don't think we could top that. That's it. We're done, goodbye.
Thank you to Carine's aunt.
Yes.
That was
Michelle,
beautiful.
like,
Tante
Michelle,
Michelle.
this is for you. This is absolutely, this was a joy, and
Yeah,
I'm just
merci,
like
Tante
in
Michelle.
awe. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
cute.
That's so cute.
Allie?
I love that. Oh, yes. Okay. So my inspiration is some yarn that I just got last week.
Ooh la la.
So when I was on my trip, I wasn't planning to do any shopping, but then when on the way to the airport, my mom very kindly handed me an envelope of cash, and she's like, treat yourself to something you weren't planning to treat yourself to.
Ooh, that's a good mom move.
And so, of course, we went to the yarn store, and when I came back and I told her, she's like, that's what I thought you were going to buy.
Like, mom knows best.
So my plan when I got there was to build up a palette of yarn to make the current mystery shawl from Stephen West.
Nice.
Which is a 4-color
Yeah.
shawl. And so I got 3 of the yarns.
Girl.
Yeah, I got 3 of the
Oh my
yarns.
gosh, should we eat
Le
whole
chat
one?
qui tricote.
That was it. That was in Avignon.
That's so
And then these 2 here were from Lil Weasel in Paris. So thank you, Mom, for enabling my habit. But my plan, so I'm knit-inspired because I've been watching the boards and I've been seeing everybody's beautiful shawls. And there's been a couple that I really particularly love where they've done 3 colors in like a fade, like a light gray, a dark gray, and then a black. And then they have one really bright color as like their big contrast color. So I kind of was leaning into that, and now I'm like, what should my punch be?
Neon.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
So
Or a
maybe
pink.
maybe it'll be neon, maybe it'll be a pink, but I'm like, this is my like lighter, this is my fade,
I love
and then I'll
it.
add, because this one's got like a purpley tone to it.
Yeah, it's kind of a mauve.
so it's like a
like a
warm
taupe.
toned kind of fade. But anyway,
It's beautiful.
Thanks, Mom.
trying to think. What...
Thanks,
Thanks,
Allie's mom.
Oh, a bold jewel tone. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have like
that
look
would
at
be
these down here,
nice.
right? You can
Oh,
kind
that's
of
true.
It could be like a teal, like an aquamarine.
This one
That-
also
yeah.
would look
Ooh,
pretty
or like
cool.
an emerald green.
Ooh.
With some sparkle.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that would look lovely.
That would be okay.
My
see?
yarn senses are tingling.
This is why we come here for inspiration. So
I'm just putting it out there that Lélène Biscotte has this beautiful.
Hush, demon. We just went to the yarn store today and we said we don't need anything. Hush,
They have
hush,
the jewel
Satan.
tone
Hush.
with the little like.
Baby girl, have you not seen my stash? Have you not seen my stash?
I'm just putting it out.
There's
yeah, I know.
so
but,
many single skeins of jewel tone in
And
my
there's
stash.
still
but
space
you
for
also
more.
know that
There
we're
is,
the
yeah.
devil on your shoulder that says get more.
Yeah, here's tiny Carine and here's tiny Annie. And they're like,
Nobody's saying don't buy any. We're all like get more.
I
Anyway,
don't
that's my
pretend to
inspiration.
say that I will stop you from buying yarn.
Exactly.
Ever. I never will
my
do that.
wallet, however,
Your wallet is like listen.
that euro conversion was not kind.
That's fair.
But that's my inspiration. Now I get to pick my... I'll wait to see what clue 4 looks like. So far, the first 3 clues look amazing on that shawl. And once clue 4 is out, this may become my holiday knitting,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. What about you? What's your inspiration?
Mine is a repeat inspiration because it's spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to show this in big. There we go. My inspiration today is Scarlet Stitch Studios.
Dang.
Appreciate this, please.
Oh my god.
Dang, that's
Scarlet
cool.
Stitch Studios
You drink, you
is
drink.
thank you, is a cosplayer out in the US, and she makes fully crochet cosplay.
Wow.
My lord.
Absolutely mind-boggling detail. There's
This
more.
is-
I will show you more.
Amazing. Oh my god.
This is her chaperone one. Oh no, this is like she's got a wig. Look at that. That's Hades.
What?
Correct. It's all crochet, my friends. There's no fabric in here, just yarn. It's incredible. One time she crocheted her nails.
What?
Like she made teeny tiny nail like covers and then like
Glued them on?
Glued them on.
Oh my god.
And it looked fan-freaking-tastic. So now that we're in spooky
The
season,
talent.
I know, I'm really inspired by her creations. Look at her as
Poison ivy.
crochet poison ivy.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
Now that we're in spooky season, I'm really inspired to knit or crochet something as a costume. Maybe not for Halloween because it's too close to Halloween. But I really want to try that and like go beyond the limits that I've arbitrarily put myself, where you just have to make something that you can wear. No, I can just make something for cosplay or for fun.
What
or
about
for
something that you could wear at a
something
Renaissance fair?
sculptural or a Renaissance fair? I think that
Crochet
what inspires
corset.
me about Scarlet Stitch Studios is that she doesn't seem to be aware or interested in the limits of crochet.
Yeah.
she's always like, I
What are you talking about limits? Clearly, there are
She's
no
like,
limits.
I want it to be sculptural.
She's like, but what if I made a wig? But what if I made a French full gown? And I love that.
Amazing.
I love that there's like absolutely nothing that seems to be too far-fetched for Scarlet Stitch
That's
Studios.
crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things is the Hades costume that she
That
did.
was
Like Hades
so
from
cool.
the video game.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind-boggling
That
the
was
amount of like
so
talent
cool.
it takes to do this
I know.
and dedication.
Yeah, I wish I hope someday I get to see in person one of her cosplays because it seems just so fantastic and like architectural and structural and
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to San Diego Comic-Con one day.
That'd be cool.
Let me know. We're going.
As soon as the border issues are resolved.
Yeah.
And we're all friends again.
I mean, we're friends with
the population. 53% of the population.
the vast majority of the population. We are friends. We just, yeah.
No kings.
I'll rephrase that too. As soon as it's safe again for me to go across the border, I hope I can meet Scarlet Stitch one day. And
That'd be cool. Or maybe she'll
drool over her cosplay.
Maybe she'll come up here and do like Toronto Comic Con or something. That'd be cool.
Do Fan Expo. The Hobbits are coming.
The Hobbits.
They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard.
Isengard.
I think I'm gonna have to watch Lord of the Rings later today.
I don't know about you guys.
I just rewatched the whole.
But I'm gonna, as soon as we're done here, I am like, whoop, it is Circuit of the Americas. It is the United States Grand Prix.
There's some cars that are going zoom zoom.
The sprint race yesterday was bananas. So, yeah, Formula One, which, if you don't know, I really like. So,
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bit of an inkling. That you maybe like the cars that go zoom zoom.
Oh my god, it was so funny. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was at an event like last year, and I was talking to somebody. It was like, it wasn't a wedding. What was I at? I can't even remember.
Girl, if you don't know.
I was at an event for something, and I was talking to someone, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm really into Formula One, and they were like, oh, are you really? Like, girls don't like Formula One.
Oh god, one of those
Name
people.
5 songs from Formula One.
Pretty much. That was kind of the vibe.
True, though.
That was kind of the vibe. And
Name
then I
5 teams.
immediately was like, let's launch into a dissection of the new technical regulations coming into 2026. And the guy was like... And I was like, that's fucking right. Do you want to talk about DRS and FlexiWing? Because, like, let's fucking go. And he was like...
Don't get Allie talking about Formula One.
I'm a fucking woman in STEM,
She's gonna talk your ear out.
Anyway, I'm gonna go watch the race. It's gonna be great.
I think on that note, we should say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Should we say in French, is it adieu? Or is
Oh my
it
gosh.
à la
No.
prochaine?
Oh my
À la
gosh.
prochaine.
Yo.
What?
Okay, one
Adieu
of my
would mean-
favorite F1 podcasts
Huh?
ends their episodes by going enchanté.
Really?
Yeah, so I think today we should go
Enchanté.
Should we try it? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Enchanté.
Enchanté.